What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another
Final round,
man. Episode numero dos, and let's start on. Let's get it underway.
This is where
the music is gonna cue right here.
Finish.
Let's talk about the fight night. So, what'd you think?
The fight night that just occurred?
Yes.
All right, let's break it down. Who we want to talk about first? Many stories coming out of fight night.
Let's start from the bottom. UFC fight night, Covington. Let's start with Holland.
Okay. Holland Stewart. Good fight. Holland likes to be at length. He likes the range fight, and he's really good at it. Stewart likes to come in. It's kind of a small tank, like I guess Woodley used to be. And good fight, man. I like Holland in that fight. I like how he wanted to call out Hamzat.
Yeah.
Another segment there, but as long as Holland's at length, he's dangerous, and he's very creative too. So if you step in on Holland, he's looking to hit you with anything. The hammer fist. He's looking to spin. He's looking to do things that are most of the time more creative than others would think. They're not traditional. So when you're Stewart, you're coming in. You're probably expecting certain things, and you're getting more than you bargained for.
So he's somewhat of like a little bit of a Johnny Walker too, that was on the same card.
Yeah, he likes to mix it up. There was times where he would hammer fist on the way in if he missed a combination, and he would hammer fist on the way in, and it was more creative, man. It was like a Bones Jones.
Just playing it off of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, man, let's talk about Mackenzie Dern. She was having so much fun in it that she tried to do a submission that nobody has ever seen before. That's how dominant she was.
Yeah, she was good.
She's on another level, man. She's on another level, man. Walker. Let's talk about Walker, because that was kind of interesting. He was in trouble at first, and then
once again he got caught again. Like the same thing that happened with the Anderson fight, the Corey Anderson fight, right? He gets caught coming in again. I feel like sometimes he's too loose. Like he kind of just disregards, throws caution to the wind. And doesn't really respect too much of the opponent that he's fighting.
Too cocky, maybe?
Nah, well, I don't know. He kind of gives off that vibe too, but I think he's just too loose. That's all. I think his defense, his striking defense, definitely needs to get up there, because he likes to move around a lot and
he's trying to be too flashy,
a little bit. Yeah,
like an Anderson Silva type of flashy.
And so he got caught twice, and I mean, fortunately, he didn't get finished, but that kind of shows
Almost.
you too. Yeah, that kind of shows you that when he's in the battle, when he's in the chaos right there, he thrives. Coming out of it like a Tony Ferguson kind of thing. Yeah, so he wants the battle back. He's not there to submit right there.
And then those elbows are just nasty.
Very nasty elbows. Yeah. So that was with his left elbow too, coming off, which would be your weak
cross
side
body.
there. Yeah, cross body. And deadly elbows, like reminiscent of Brown Barnett right there.
Loud.
Yeah.
Man, the next fight, I don't even want to talk about it, because that was pathetic.
What was that one? Which one was that one?
You're sharp.
Oh, GM3.
Oh, my God.
Did you pick him? I thought you picked him, right?
I picked him because I wanted to be different.
Have a belt? Where's the belt at?
Never again, Gerald. I'm never picking you again in a fight ever, because
depending on style. Well, he probably.
I don't even care who he's fighting. I'm never picking him again. It was pathetic. That was the deer in the headlights look right before he got hit on the jaw. He looked frightened. It was just. Is it now? Is it just Hamzat being that good, or do you think that he just didn't show up that night as well?
So I think there's a few things that go into play there, because pressure at the highest levels, that definitely affects a person. So you see top tier fighters coming out of that, unscathed, like Conor McGregor. When pressure's on the line, when he hypes his own fights, when he puts pressure on you through talking, through everybody talking about him, then that gets the other person caught in the headlights, like you're saying. Like when Anderson Silva had the aura around him, people already defeated before they get into the octagon. Same thing that happens. Even though Hamzat is new to the UFC, the amount of people that are already saying his name, the pressure that's on Mearshart, and the pressure he put on himself,
Sure, yeah.
When he's talking a little bit to Hamzat, if you're that guy and you don't know how you're going to deal with pressure, just deal with it by staying quiet. Hey, my actions will be in the octagon.
Sure.
Because when you start battling back and forth with somebody like that, now you have to perform in those moments. And
perform, he didn't.
Yeah, perform, he didn't. He wants his best performance would be on the ground.
And he
not
said,
on the feet with that guy.
He posted a tweet that I royally fucked that up.
Yeah.
And he did.
I think he's just not thinking in that moment. Not many people can when there's a hurricane of hype, and he couldn't get through it. So you need somebody to be able to withstand the pressure, which is before the fight and during the fight against that guy. That's a lot to ask for.
He just didn't show at all. Well, what about Cowboy and Price, Nico Price? That was a cool fight. I thought Cowboy was done there in the beginning of the first round.
Hurt, right?
I was like, oh man, no, here we go again. But no, he stood up. He thrived. He was kind of like a cowboy, and we were saying like, man, I wish Cowboy would shave his head, shave his beard, just get that old cowboy look back. And he did, and he showed up, and
it's probably what he was thinking too.
Yeah, maybe he's like, I need to go back to being that old guy. Yeah.
So I didn't realize how fucking huge Price is and how cut he is. He's huge.
Yeah, Price.
Big guy, his big torso, big
athletic man.
Yeah, he's cut, dude.
I'm pretty sure
the eye pokes.
Price. Yeah, the eye pokes.
The eye pokes were a factor. Most of the night, eye pokes were a factor.
Both eyes.
Yeah. So that definitely was a factor. But he had a good stand-up. He would
have won, I think.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the point deducted, he would have won.
Well, yeah, the way they scored it, yeah.
The way they scored it, he would have won.
Yeah, I feel like he would have won too.
But
definitely a force to be reckoned with at that weight class.
He showed that he can hang. If he can hang with Cowboy, and Cowboy actually kind of, I won't say he was at 100%, but he was on like when he fought Conor, a little bit better. But
yeah, he was more involved in the fight than he was.
He wanted to throw. I think it was more like, man, I can't give up right here against this opponent that I really respect. I need to put up a fight.
But you saw that Nico knew that Cowboy is a slow starter.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows.
Yeah, that's
and
why
he did what Conor did, but he didn't finish it. Right? He started up quick.
Right.
The knees, the elbows, the kicks. Man, he was everywhere on Cowboy. He was unleashing everything on Cowboy. Cowboy took it all, absorbed it all. Once again, he took a beating again.
And that's what we said about Nico. We thought that Nico was going to give him the space to work, but he didn't.
Yeah, he just went right after him.
He just ran right after him. Yeah.
But I mean, how many times can Cowboy take these fights, take these this abuse, and come back and fight another contender that's rising up?
It's like Dana White said. I think it's time to sit down and have a talk with him.
At this point, it's for health. I mean, dude.
Right.
I know you want the money. You got the ranch, the BMF ranch, right? You're adding a meat market to it. He's adding merchandise to the ranch. He's doing all this stuff, but I mean, for what? At what cost? You just had your other baby, right? He's a family man. At what cost are we talking about? Do the commentating job. Do something else still in the realm.
Like in the press conference.
Save yourself.
The press conference to ask Dana, will you offer Cowboy a job?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
What did he say? He said, yeah?
He said, we'll talk. I'll talk to him. So.
If you're going to have anybody, it'd be Cowboy.
Yeah.
If you're going to have the Paul Felders, if you're going to have the Tony Fergusons on the table when talking about stuff, I mean, if anybody could do it better than those guys and analyze fights, it'd be
Look how many fights he's had.
Man, he's been in there with everybody. He can tell you about everybody.
And let's talk about another dominating fight with Woodley and Covington, because, man, I felt like Woodley was very similar to Mearshot, just no life in his eyes, just didn't seem like he wanted to be there.
That's the thing about him is, it's the style matchup. And unfortunately, the top of the welterweight division is wrestling, grappling based on the top of the division. And so when you're Woodley and you got the one shot power and you got good wrestling, and he has too much pressure coming onto him, and so he's hesitant to throw the hands because he knows the takedown's coming, right?
He got taken down easily by
Kobe. The thing about him, and wrestling's no joke. It's exhausting. So with him, I mean, he's got a lot of muscle. He doesn't have that. I feel like Covington's pretty balanced on cardio, musculature, and the pressure. So
yeah,
the
cardio for Covington definitely plays a big factor because he can just keep that pressure on and on and on.
That's the thing. I think him and Usman, they're bound to cross paths again.
They will. They will.
So I say give Woodley a better style matchup in the welterweight division. I mean, who? Let's say, shit. I don't know. Hamza. He's fighting Damian Maia. Get him a better style matchup. Let's see. We're gonna have to look at the welterweight division up there.
I don't know, man.
The Nico Price of the world. Give them Nico Price.
Maybe Price.
Okay, if he loses somebody like that, then okay, we can have a discussion with him too. But to have a discussion with Woodley right now, you're suggesting that, okay, Woodley lost to Usman. He lost to Burns and he lost to Covington. They might have all been the same way, looked the same way.
Yeah.
But they're all 1, 2, and 3, right? Champion in 1 and 2.
Sure.
So, I mean, let's pull the reins back a little bit. I mean, Woodley hasn't won a round in all those 15 rounds. But give him somebody else and build his confidence back up. Man, if you give him a fight and he wins that fight against another welterweight contender.
Dana says he's done.
Yeah, but Dana wants to pull the trigger kind of quick with him. I think Woodley's only gave him like a Tito. He just pissed him off most of the time. So
true.
I think Woodley would sign with somebody else pretty quickly.
Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to round 2 here. So let's carry on with Woodley because now we're talking about Woodley and Cowboy's future.
Are we in round 2? We're in round 2?
Yeah, 2 veterans, Woodley and Cowboy. One just doesn't seem like he wants to be there, and the other shows up half the time.
Woodley, I mean, I don't know, give him a rap deal. If he definitely goes for the rap deal. If he wants to do the rap deal,
like 100%. If he starts rapping in the cage, just run.
Yeah,
just run away.
Yeah, I'm falling in out of love with you. So, like I said, Woodley, his future, give him a fight. Give him one more fight. I don't know. We're going to have to pull up the welterweight division. Pull it up, and I'll tell you a good style matchup.
I see.
For him, I feel like you need to give him that one more fight. If it's domination then on the feet or anywhere that fight goes, then we know for sure that Woodley has lost pretty much the UFC caliber that he used to have. You know, I don't say throw him out now because I think it's too early for a former champ, and he's only fought the 3 best in the world. We're talking about on the planet Earth: Usman, Covington, and Gilbert Burns, and we want to throw him out of the UFC already? No, come on, dude. Come on, that's not right.
So Leon Edwards,
give him Leon Edwards. That's a perfect fight.
Masvidal, but Masvidal won't take that.
Well, you got to keep Masvidal protected for the Covington fight.
Sure.
Or so he's fighting Nate next, right?
You got Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy is in 5th.
Wonder Boy and Leon.
Damian Maia and Tyron Woodley. Michael Chiesa. Dos Anjos. Vicente Luque.
Okay, so...
Neo Magny. Want to give him my Neo Magny?
No, that'd be terrible for Woodley.
I mean, he lost to...
Give him the Chiesa fight. Chiesa doesn't have a fight booked, right? The Chiesa fight, he's coming up through the ranks. He's doing well. I think he's undefeated at the welterweight division.
He's doing well.
Give him the Chiesa fight.
17-4 overall.
The Luque fight would be terrible for him too. It's another guy who's great everywhere. He's just. But if you have to fight those guys.
Yeah, Chiesa beat Carlos Condit.
Yeah.
Chiesa beat Diego Sanchez. And then he beat Dos Anjos.
Yeah.
So
he's on a roll right there. And Chiesa's good on the ground, right? But if Woodley can keep it standing, Woodley's good wrestling base, that's a good fight, you know?
I think Chiesa's a good one, yeah.
So give him, I guess, Leon, the Wonder Boy Leon, I hope that goes through. I know Wonder Boy was calling out for that fight. And then what's his name? Cock blocked him. Hamzat was like, no, you're fighting me, Wonder Boy. I was like, dude, this guy wants to fight everybody.
Yeah, Edwards is also in a 3-win streak. Cerrone, Nelson, and Dos Anjos.
How about matching up Cowboy and Woodley?
Maybe. The two dudes that are on the way out sort of thing.
Right. And the loser leaves town.
Yeah.
Right. Loser's done. I don't know. That's a good one. Woodley versus Cowboy? How would that go? Jesus Christ.
Boring.
Woodley's Cowboy's either gonna get caught in the feet, right?
They'd be like, so you want to fight or you just kind of want to hang out?
Yeah, that is a good fight.
They'd be like rock paper scissors. The winner just by round rock paper scissors the whole time. I don't know, man.
That's a toss up. That's a good fight. We're talking about both futures. Why not match them both? You know.
Yeah.
And leave Chiesa and Edwards alone to fight one another.
Match them up.
All those guys can fight each other.
Match them up. Match up Chiesa and Edwards. And then put them up there. And then match up Cowboy and Woodley.
That's good. We called it. We called it here on the show.
Yeah.
So Dana,
Chiesa and Edwards, Woodley and Cowboy.
Yeah. Silva, if you're listening.
Yeah. And let their fate be decided.
That's good, man. Loser leaves town. Winner gets the commentating job at the desk. Right?
No, Woodley's just gonna go straight up rapping. He's gonna leave. He's just gonna be a rapper.
I could see him trying to create like a little rap segment on like the breaks, the little UFC breaks.
Yeah.
I don't think Dana would go. He wouldn't fall for it though. What is this? You have your phone on during the podcast segment?
Yeah, it's my alarm to
Jesus Christ.
to clock back in.
Some amateur hour right now.
All right, let's do round 3. Let's talk about the people that are on top about their future, like Hamzat and Covington and Michael Chandler that just joined the UFC. So how about that?
Who you want to talk about first? Hamzat?
Let's talk about Hamzat.
Right, because he's the biggest story. He
Yeah,
really is.
Yeah.
Hamzat's ceiling, right? How high can this guy go? And he's calling out everybody. And I can't even remember when Conor was coming out. I know he was calling out the division, but he wasn't calling out everybody and hopping 2 divisions. This guy is special. He's special on the ground, and he knocked out.
Dana did say that, he's been fighting all this time, and of all the fighters he's ever seen, he could be just building him up, but he say he's the most special guy he's ever seen in UFC.
Well, because he's talking the talk, he's on Twitter, he's on social media, he's calling people out, and he's walking the walk, right? So there's nothing to show Dana White otherwise that he's a flop. He's gaining followers and he's winning. So Dana loves that. That's money, right? So you get him involved with the Damian Maia fight. That's happening regardless. If he beats Damian Maia, open all the doors.
I mean, they're even saying about...
He's shooting up the division.
They're saying even turn him around for Fight Island already.
To fight who? Who are you going to throw in there?
Whoever wants to throw.
So it's good and bad because if you turn him around quickly...
I mean, he's ready.
If you turn him around quickly, he's not ready for the style matchup or for the small nuances that opponents might bring. And he gets caught, and then what happens?
Sure.
Then you're just using him because he wants to fight often?
I mean, but if he wants to fight, he needs to know the risks, right?
Well, let him get caught by somebody special, somebody high up the charts. Don't let him get caught by just some guy who wants to take the hazmat fight because they're just a nobody coming up, If you're Damian Maia and you catch him, you're going to derail that whole damn train, So you let him build up. Just give him the Maia fight. Stop giving him all these weird fights, Some shit might happen in those fights, Do
you think Maia's the guy, though? I mean...
The kryptonite to him?
Not kryptonite, but do you think that he's... Not to disrespect Maia, but do you think he's above that already? Or do you think he needs somebody like Maia like a ground specialist to test him?
So he kind of did that with Mearshart, right? I mean, Mearshart
He didn't do shit with Mearshart. He punched him and Mearshart went night-night. That's it.
So every fight starts standing. So he's going to have to stand for some seconds with Maia until a shot comes. Maia's going to set up the shot with hands. We know that Mearshart doesn't have that ability, okay? Yeah, he might pitter-patter shots just to level change.
Sure.
But Damian Maia's going to throw hands to mean something, then level change. So he's got to worry about the hands, but he knows the shot's going to come. And so let's see him on his back against Maia. When we see him on his back and we see him going through adversity, then we know who Chimaev really is, right? Because we don't we know him because he wins seconds at the round with domination.
Sure.
But we don't really know him because he hasn't really been cut. He hasn't been bleeding. He hasn't been in a fight, you know? Like a Tony Ferguson. Throw him in there. Let Tony come up to welterweight. Throw him in there. And then we'll see what's up, you know? Somebody like that. Somebody's going to meet him halfway and is going to say, I'm not backing up. You know, we need somebody like that in front of his face. You know, I think Damian Maia's honestly on the way out. So I think Chimaev can get by him.
So how about we
get through?
We throw somebody like Leon Edwards in there?
That's an amazing fight. I think that's a great fight for him. Leon Edwards. Once again, you might derail the train with Leon Edwards, but I think it's also a good idea because it builds Edwards up with the fan base of Chimaev, right? So if Chimaev can get by Edwards, then Dana's going to love that, right? Because Edwards doesn't really bring any hype. You know, he hasn't had a fight. You know, he doesn't talk. He doesn't say anything.
Now, if you're Dana and if you really want to, let's not talk about any conspiracies here, but if you really want to get Woodley out, why don't you just throw Hamzat and Woodley and see what happens? Because, I mean, Woodley's a former champ.
Man, and have Woodley go out like that? That's a nightmare.
If you're looking for a way to get him out, I mean, you talked about it the last episode that we did. You know, he might be fighting a nightmare with Hamzat.
Yeah. I think that's an option. Yeah, I think so.
Woodley, Edwards.
You can't do him like that, man. Because what if Woodley beats him? Right?
Then maybe
he's back in the mix.
Maybe you fire Woodley back up.
But for how long? He's 38 years old. You know, Hamzat's coming up. So Woodley beats him, and then now Hamzat.
But Woodley's not going to be ready anytime. Woodley's not going to be ready anytime soon. He broke his rib, so he's going to be out for a little while. So maybe Leon Edwards.
Jesus, that's a good fight. Hamzat versus Leon Edwards. Let's see if Edwards would take that fight, or let's see what Wonder Boy's doing.
Edwards number 3.
Yeah, I think the next few days will kind of tell us who's getting matched up.
Yeah,
you know, especially after Saturday, we'll figure
Wonder
out.
Boy's in 5th. That'd be a good one too. I mean, Damian Maia's still number 6. I mean, no pushover, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how he does against Damian Maia if that ends up being the end there for Damian Maia.
Yeah. I think the Woodley fight or the Wonder Boy fight would be good for Chimaev, but he's got a good shot. He takes a good shot, and so to have Wonder Boy on the ground and getting pummeled, we've seen it before.
What about Covington now? He's in number 1 spot. He passed Gilbert Burns in the rankings. But obviously,
how do you pass Gilbert Burns if Gilbert Burns fighting for the title?
But I'm saying Burns.
Who's doing the rankings?
Don't know, man. But Burns is fighting for the title. But I guess, you know, based on the rankings here, Colby Covington is back at number 1 contender, regardless of what happened in Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns.
Oh, man, that's another nightmare, man. That's worse than Chimaev because you're getting volume on the feet and you're getting done up on the ground.
You got to give it up to Colby, man. He's no joke.
Yeah, he is.
No joke.
Man, I honestly wish he would have started talking at the very beginning of his career. I mean, how much attention he would have had at this point, you know?
You can kind of see the trash talking started when he kind of, you know, got into the UFC and kind of built himself up a little bit.
Yeah, then you know it's a gimmick. I mean, because if it wasn't really him...
He was trying to be a Connor. It's working.
It definitely is.
It's working, right?
Yeah,
so
it definitely is.
The president called him during the fight interview.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
He was in the middle of the interview and President Trump called him in the middle of the interview, put him on speaker. He's like, the president would like to speak to you. He's like, what?
Oh my God.
And he's like,
he's incredible.
He's like, Kobe, you did great in that fight, Kobe. I just did a speech for 35,000 people, and you did incredible.
Oh my God.
That was the worst Trump ever. But yeah, he called Kobe, man, live on the air, and Kobe was all smiles, man.
Yeah, Kobe he's a character, man. To have all that going with you, I mean, that was your shtick. And,
Mr. President,
it's working.
You gave me the dragon energy. That's what Kobe Covington said.
Imagine being a fighter and just thinking, you know what if I love one of the most hated people on the planet? Everybody's gonna hate me because I love this other person, and they don't like the way his guidance is. But I'm gonna start winning, and that person's gonna call me. Right? And he just so happens to be the president of the United States, right? Jesus Christ, and it's all working. And he can fight. He can fight his ass off.
He can back it up. That's really smart from Kobe because now he's building a relationship with one of the wealthiest people in the fucking world. Now he can just, hey Kobe, I like you. Let me throw you some money to help you with your training camp. You know what I mean?
Or he can make some deals here and there. Like he fights Usman, right? Rematch with Usman. Hey, Trump. This is where Usman hangs out. This is where he eats. This is where he sleeps. This is where he goes to the gym. See if you can call somebody over there, bust his kneecaps, do something. Throw a banana peel out there. Maybe he fucks with them. Maybe that boomerang comes back and hits somebody else.
Oh man, jeez. But that's very smart from Kobe. You got to give him props for promoting himself. He's a Covington Incorporated now.
That's right. He's fighting out of.
He's not a businessman anymore. He's a businessman. He's a businessman.
Yeah, businessman. He changed camps to MMA Masters. So he's got everybody working for him. He is the center of the gym. He's the center of attention.
He's the dude.
He's the guy, and rightfully so. He's beaten everybody now, right? He's got 2 losses on his record, I believe. Early submission in his career, and the Usman. And that's because Usman was back and forth.
Sure.
Until he broke the jaw, right? And that's because he fought another round or 2 after the broken jaw.
That was an interesting, funny post-interview fight. Did you see that? Covington and Usman post-fight interview when Usman was in the analyst panel.
Oh, well, okay. So what happened? I didn't see that one.
Oh man, they're just talking. Kobe's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna come for your head." He's like,
"Oh my god!"
There's gonna be
goes over the top.
He's like, "No fake nut shots, no fake eye pokes. Those BS. I stood up right after that. I was ready to go." And Usman was like, "I broke your face."
I broke your face.
And that's all he said. I broke your face. He just kept repeating it. I broke your face.
That overrides everything.
I think Covington needs to hold his horses right there when talking to Usman because, and I get it, he's trying to get into his head probably.
He's trying to build the fight again.
He didn't get in his head the first fight though. So
he's trying to build pay-per-views, right? He's a needle mover. So every rival of Kobe's is a bitter rival now, right? That's what we want to see, right? The Woodley fight, the Usman fight, the Masvidal fight. Everybody is a bitter rival of Kobe.
He's building all those guys up.
Yeah, right. And who else can say that?
Masvidal is street Judas.
Right.
I used to beat him up at training. Trainer said, "Hey, take it easy on Masvidal." That's what he was saying.
I've seen the video of them wrestling in the apartment. And granted, it's in the couches and on the floor, but he's manhandling Jorge.
Take it easy on Masvidal. He's got to fight. We got to build him up. He's saying all these things, and then he's like, "Gilbert, who? Who's that?"
that's what Usman said about Masvidal before.
Who? Yeah, so that's what Kobe's like. Gilbert, who? Because somebody asked him, "Hey, Gilbert Burns is fighting Kamaru Usman." He's like, "Who?" So he's doing everything right, man.
Oh, is that the one where he was like, they just got some average Joe to be in the octagon with him? Off the streets, I think
he's doing everything right as far as promoting himself. So it can.
He's a great promoter.
You can hate him for that, but if you really understand what he's doing, then you can appreciate what he's doing.
And he doesn't care if you hate him. If you hate him, that's good too.
He doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's good.
It's views otherwise.
Yeah, that's
you're watching for him to win, or you're watching for him to lose.
And most people are watching for him to lose, right? Because they like the broken jaw. They're gonna watch the Usman rematch. Let's see if he climbs back up there. He wants Jorge next, right? So, damn, that's a bad matchup for Masvidal. As much as I like Masvidal, he's a great fighter. He loves throwing everything, man. He throws it all out there. If Woodley had the mindset of Masvidal in the first 2 rounds, that's all he needs is that mindset. Just throw everything. Throw it out there. You're going to get taken down anyway. We already know you're kryptonite, right?
Right.
But, man, Woodley needs to get it together. If not, he needs to get out of the UFC already because that's too high level. But Kobe can move up with the Masvidal fight. Masvidal, let's see, the negotiations are still underway with Masvidal and Nate, right? So Masvidal and Diaz. So let's get the BMF rematch.
That's for pay-per-views, man.
Yeah, it's for pay-per-views, but let's see what happens there again. That one has to go through, and then Kobe gets the rematch.
I'd say give him Covington already.
Maybe the title's on the line. What if Masvidal beats Nate and still holds the BMF title, then defends it against Colby, right? Because the timeline of Burns and Usman would fit with the timeline if Masvidal and Covington come out. Colby wins the BMF match and the title against Usman's welterweight title. So both titles clash. The BMF
and
of
the
Colby
welter.
and the welterweight of Usman going up against it. That would be amazing, right?
I mean, he's holding the BMF belt right now, so just
put it on the line. If you got the belt,
just give
him
Kobe. My opinion is just give him Kobe. I say you backpedal for the Nate fight and say, let's hold off on this. Nate fight Dustin, or that should have happened a long time ago anyway. Nate fight Dustin, and let's get the fight underway with Colby and Masvidal, because that's what we can't
want
have them on the same card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that'd be interesting press conference.
That'd be amazing. Oh my god.
Masvidal, Nate Diaz, Kobe Covington,
shit.
all just talking shit to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing. And imagine if they're in the same card as Conor. Imagine all those dudes in the same card. Oh my god, dude. So let's talk about
the greatest card ever.
Let's talk about a new contender now, Michael Chandler, coming into lightweight, because he only lost to a decision. He's never been finished.
Mm-hmm.
He's 17-5, right? No, 21-5.
21-5.
Man,
Beat Benson Henderson last.
Yep, Henderson.
Lost to Pitbull, right?
Yeah, lost to Pitbull.
Patricio.
And then now he's in UFC in the same division as Khabib, Gaethje, Poirier, Dan Hooker, McGregor.
So I think if you're a hardcore fan, you've always wanted Chandler to be in the UFC, right? So you've always talked about, what if he fought this guy?
And he's already the backup.
Yeah, he's going to be the replacement to Gaethje.
He's already the backup. So that tells you that the caliber of the person, how much they trust bringing in this person in, because they're feeding him to the lions already. The water is filled with sharks, and somebody just threw a fucking bloody steak in the water, and that bloody steak is Michael Chandler. So,
and if you're Michael Chandler, you're not going to say no, right? You want the biggest fights. He wants to be there. He wants the biggest fights. And
that's why he's in UFC?
He's got the talent to prove it. He's a Division I wrestler. He can hang with Khabib. Well, I guess we'd find out.
We'll find out, yeah.
Right? So let's see if his defensive wrestling is up there. He's got hands. So he's got dynamite in the hands, and I think he's
I think if you just give him to somebody like Conor right away, if you don't watch the UFC, I don't think that's a big enough name for Conor, name-wise, because
Conor wouldn't do that first.
Conor wouldn't do that.
You gotta build him.
So you watch. So what are you thinking of? You know, I guess the strategy here is hey, this guy is coming in, and he's already the replacement for the title fight. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where their reasoning is going. That way, if he does come in, he's already like, oh shit, this guy's already fighting Khabib, or Dustin.
Man, that would piss off Conor too if he fought Khabib.
Yeah,
so he fell out.
I don't know. Maybe if that falls through, then maybe you're looking at Chandler and Poirier, Chandler and Ferguson.
All those are good fights, man. That guy can hang with the best of them.
He's never been finished.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
All decisions. Right,
and he's former champion.
Five losses by decision, and if he's not winning by decision, he's knocking people out.
He's exciting. He definitely is exciting. You know,
he's knocking people out.
Yeah, him and the Eddie fights are, oh my god, some of the best fights.
And he can submit people too, because he's got 7 wins by submission.
Yeah, good grinder, man. He's on top of you.
He's well rounded, man.
Good ground and pound. He's a good integration for the UFC for sure. I don't see any fight that would be boring with Michael Chandler.
Okay, well, let's move on to a Fight Hour, man. That's gonna be kind of interesting.
That's the Costa.
Just kind of.
Yeah, it's nothing major, guys. Y'all can skip this
part.
part.
There's no title fights going on that one, actually.
Costa's
let's just end the podcast right here, to be honest. Adesanya, Paulo Costa, Reyes, and Blachowicz.
Adesanya and Paulo Costa, oh my god.
So Adesanya versus what is in your description the most the most perfect male specimen.
I don't know if I said that. Did I say that?
You said that, and I have proof. I have eyewitnesses. I have eyewitnesses that will confirm that you said that the only problem with Paulo Costa was the mole on his back.
Was it a mole?
That's the only thing that you said.
I actually found out it was a pimple, so it must have healed already. So he's back to 100%.
So he's back to being an action figure, Paulo Costa.
Have they started selling his action figures yet? I feel like I need to go get one. Yeah. So
to
Costa,
go along with your poster?
Shut the hell up.
When you wake up,
Cut it.
it's the first thing you see when you wake up is Paulo Costa. Just right there.
You're getting mixed up with some of your boyfriends.
I don't think so.
Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya.
Undefeated.
Who the hell?
And the funny thing is that
happens in that
Paulo
fight?
Costa's nickname in Portuguese is Borrachinha,
Borrachinha.
which just means little eraser, right? It's
Little eraser?
little eraser because.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Borrachinha.
What's a big one then?
Borracha.
Borrachin is a big one?
Borracha is a
Why didn't they just give him the Borrachin?
I don't know, because it's kind of like a play on the words and a play on the dude. You're looking at Borrachinha, but this dude is freaking jacked.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of a
So if he was
term
a
of
heavyweight-
endearment.
If he was a heavyweight,
No, he would still be called Borrachinha. Yeah.
Still, even if he was a double heavyweight,
Because it would be like just a funny thing at that point. You know what I mean?
So he's like cute, like the Shinya is the cute.
It's like the cute version. Yeah.
a cute eraser.
Which would be accurate in your description, right?
No, I said a cute, like a small.
Oh,
cute.
okay, cute.
You mean handsome?
No, you meant
You
handsome.
said cute.
You call
Rob.
Rob. Let's call Rob.
Robert who? Who?
Who's that?
You're telling me that you got somebody off the street named
So
Rob?
the last style bender versus the eraser.
The last style bender versus the eraser. Oh my god. A
Adesanya's got the reach in all aspects.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But that's what makes Paulo Costa, right? Because he's gonna get in there. He's gonna trade.
He's gonna get on the inside. You know, I thought back in the day, Hendricks was great at getting inside on people, and he was. That, you know, he'd be knocking people out with that left hook coming in. So I thought he was great at doing that. I thought Kelvin Gastelum was a great guy coming inside, bridging the gap that is that danger zone for hands.
Right.
Paulo Costa comes inside, and he doesn't do it like in a swift way where it was like smooth. He just comes forward and takes the shots and walks you down. And that plays right into Adesanya's hands because he's a great counter striker.
He's the most accurate puncher in the history of the division.
See, but the question is, are the strikes gaining respect on Costa? Can he walk through the strikes, or he's going to be like, holy shit, I can't just do that. I can't walk forward on Adesanya. I need to set up something. I need to get a reaction. I need to feint to make him move somewhere so I can strike.
I think the strategy here for Israel is to attack the legs, make sure that he doesn't have he's thinking twice about coming forward, because if you cripple the legs, if you just keep punishing and punishing and punishing,
well, there's counters to the leg and it's a right straight.
Sure.
Which Paulo Costa comes right in for that.
Right.
So you need to be smart at kicking the legs, you know.
There is a big reach difference here. So that's what I'm saying. I think that the reach advantage for Adesanya might play a factor, because if he just keeps going for that leg, that might cripple Costa's ability to come forward, which that's what he's known for, just coming forward.
Can he hurt Costa? Can he hurt Costa because he's kind of like the volume John Jones, right? He's gonna hurt you throughout the 5 rounds. He probably decision Costa. That's what I would bank.
And they're coming off the same guy, the same win. They both beat the same guy during the last fight.
And so, who looked like they were more confident in fighting Romero? I mean, Costa came forward, walked down.
I'd say Costa was more.
Many thought was a monster in that division.
Right.
Romero. And he walked him down, and he landed punches, and he took punches. All right? Romero's not slipping and sliding with those punches.
If you want to
like
talk G.I. Joe figurine, that's Romero.
Yeah, it's Romero. Both of them are. Costa's a figurine in himself. He's a specimen.
Watching 2 fucking rhinos. just go at it. Territorial battle, 2 rhinos.
It's a very interesting fight. I don't know how it's going to play out. If Adesanya can...
Somebody's going to get their first loss, man. So what
if it's a draw? Then we're going to have to do it all over again.
Oh, my Lord.
Then you might not get your first loss, like you said.
Maybe, yeah.
But if Adesanya moves for 5 rounds, can you see that happening? Moving for 5 rounds against a guy that stops your movement?
Nah.
He cuts the cage off of you, and he backs you against
And the cage is smaller.
So the cage is smaller, and Adesanya hasn't had a lot of body work done on him. Costa's going to do that. He's going to go to the body a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to throw
body,
hooks,
uppercuts.
devastating hooks to the body, and let's see how Adesanya moves to them, because he's going to move away from that. He's going to turn his back, move away, and then he's going to try to set up again. Costa's going to cut the cage off again, move forward, get him to the cage, body shots again. That's what he likes doing. He likes to cut through the body. So let's see.
Adesanya, I guess one thing that is in Adesanya's corner is how unpredictable he is.
Sure.
You know that Costa's going to come in and he's going to just try to take your fucking head off.
So it's all about countering.
And Adesanya is going to be able to do that counter. You know, he's very similar to John Jones in a way and similar to Conor in a way.
Yeah.
And hate to be talking about Conor and Jones again, but he's got the qualities of Conor where he's just a phenomenal counter striker.
He's a sniper at doing that, yeah.
And he's like Jones where he's got all these tools. Like, what am I going to pull off the hat?
Sure.
Now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools. Like I said, the biggest question is the respect. Can he gain the respect through the strikes? Yeah, he's going to throw the counter strikes. Yeah, they're going to land. But what is the reaction going to be from Costa? Because we'll see it right off the bat. You know, we'll see him get hurt. We'll see him move forward. And if you move forward for 5 rounds against Adesanya, it might be a long night against Adesanya because he's going to get hurt in that fight. He's going to get hurt more than Gastelum hurt him. So we've seen Gastelum bridge that gap. Costa's going to do the same thing. It's hard for me to see Costa getting finished by Adesanya.
Unless he catches one of those, you know,
something
just
that he didn't see.
Right on the jaw, spinning back fist from an angle that he was maybe not expecting or something.
We might see a lot of combo finishing with a head kick. We might see a lot of things ending in the head kick that Costa might not see, and that something like that could end your night. You know, maybe a 1-2 head kick, 1-2 head kick. You know, we'll see that if Adesanya wants to go that route, because if not, he's going to be on his horse for 5 rounds trying to get away from a meat eater like the eraser, so a small eraser. So.
Well, we spent a long time on Adesanya and Costa, so let's go ahead and move on to round 5, and then we'll talk about the rest of the card really quickly. We'll do the picks for the entire card. So let's start at the bottom with Hakeem and Zabara. Duwadu. Do I know you?
Do I do?
So Hakeem and Zabara, 11-1, 19-4. Hakeem is like your Costa. He's going to come forward. He's going to strike you, strike. And Zabara is kind of like your long run kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Duwadu's good everywhere.
Different style matchup as far as what they're each looking for when they head into a fight. You know what I mean?
Duwadu beat Bokniak. Bokniak went to a decision with Zabit. Duwadu is definitely game with anybody. So watch him to move up in the rankings after this fight.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I would pick Hakeem.
Hakeem Olajuwon Duwadu.
Not counting on Duwadu because he is from fucking Russia. You know how crazy those dudes are over there. Crazy tough.
You mean the other guy? What's the other guy's name?
Zabara Togov?
He's from Russia.
He's from Russia.
Yeah.
No, Duwadu is from Canada.
Yeah. Duwadu?
Do. So.
Do you do?
Shut the fuck up with that already.
That's such a great last name.
Oh, man.
Do you do? Or do I do?
You know, it just kind of seems like Zabara is like he takes just as many punches as he lands, and Hakeem is not that. He's definitely landing more than what he's taking. Mm-hmm. So is Zabara,
it shows you their style of fighting.
Yeah. So is he going to be able to handle all that? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But my pick is for Hakeem.
We'll do picks 5 round. Are we doing picks right now?
Yeah. We're in the last round.
Okay, Duwadu. I got Duwadu, baby.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's go match up with.
Stop picking the ones I'm picking.
Brazil. I said Hakeem first, and you're following suit here.
What? I said Duwadu.
Hakeem Hakeem. Now we're doing a Brazil versus USA matchup over here.
Okay, who's this one?
Vieira versus Eubanks.
Okay, I'm saying it before you, Caitlin Vieira.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vieira.
She's a star rising. They're trying to build her. She's got wins against a who's who, right? I mean, Ashley Evans-Smith. She's beaten Kazaganu.
This fight ends on the ground. This fight ends on the ground for me.
Okay. I don't know where it ends, but Caitlin Vieira. I'm giving it the nod.
Yeah, to me it ends on the ground. Way too many victories by decision. By submission. Eubanks' takedown defense is not that great. Yeah, to me it has Vieira.
Eubanks is a jiu-jitsu champion too, right? So, but she can work off the ground. I haven't seen her guard. She's a jiu-jitsu champion, gold medal as well. She's definitely a threat on the ground. So we'll see. But I got it there.
To me, it's Vieira all the way. Kai Kara France has been the versus Raw Dog.
Raw Dog?
This is a Raw Dog.
I wonder how he got that name.
I do not want to find out.
How would you get that name? If somebody called you Raw Dog, what do you think led?
Maybe hot dogs with no mustard.
No,
You're just eating
no toppings.
Just
No
toppings.
relish, no bun.
Just raw. Yeah,
just raw. Well, you don't even cook them, right? You
just a wiener.
I see them what?
Just a wiener, right?
No.
I don't know what you're thinking there.
No, if I had the name Raw Dog, it would be
eating raw hot dogs.
Yeah.
So, again, I think this is a submission artist versus a pure volume striker.
I got Raw Dog in that, just because the name is pretty cool. No, his biggest win is Tim Elliott, who was up there in the rankings.
He doesn't care if he gets taken down, Raw Dog, right? Because he's fighting a wrestler and a striker.
Sure, yeah.
So he doesn't care if he's going to get taken down because, guess what? Most of his wins are by submission.
By submission. Car France is the name. He's the guy that they want to rise. He's the guy that everybody's looking at. His biggest win, or he lost to Brandon Moreno, who's up there in the rankings as well. But I think it was a decision. So he can bounce back.
He's finishing people.
Sure.
Brandon's finishing people. His fights last at average 8 minutes versus France. He's fighting the whole fucking round. All 3 rounds. It's lasting 15 minutes. So
that's good experience.
If he's not
octagon.
Sure. Mm-hmm. But if he's not finishing, he's going to go by decision. So it just doesn't seem like
it's a good fight for both. You can see where everybody's at. Because Car France needs a fight equivalent to his caliber, and I think that Royval brings that, or Raw Dog, whichever one you want to call him.
Brandon Raw Dog Royval. This is, I don't know. This is a weird one. I think this fight would eventually end up on the ground, and if it does, I think Brandon has a better chance of finishing. So yeah, I have to agree.
So who do you got?
I got Raw Dog as well.
You got Raw Dog?
I got Raw Dog as well, man.
Oh.
Now
I'm gonna say Kai Kara France on this one.
You gonna flip? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kai Kara France.
Okay.
I think he moves up in the rankings here, and I think rightfully so. He needs to be at the top. I think he made mistakes against Brandon Moreno. I think he's back up there.
Now, what about what many think should be the champ right now, Dominic Reyes?
Ooh, this is a good fight.
Versus Jan.
Ooh. What does this even mean?
He does not have.
What does this even mean?
He doesn't even have a nickname, so I'm gonna call him the Poland bear, because he just looks like a fucking bear.
So his last fight was Luke Rockhold, destroyed Luke Rockhold, right? Dominic's was the decision.
They're very similar on everything. On every stat.
But Dominic is more creative. He's the creative guy. He's lengthy.
Sure.
I think he's better all around.
Jan is no pushover. He's got
not
20,
saying that.
26 and 8.
Not saying he's a pushover. I think if you're looking at skills wise, everywhere, grappling, the exchanges on the ground. I think in the clinch, I think creativity, I think striking, I think Dominic pulls it all together.
Look who he fought.
Yeah.
How well he did against it. I mean,
right?
A lot of people thought he won, man.
To be in 5 rounds
with John Jones
gives you more experience, and with all else, it gives you more confidence going into your next fight. Because I just went 5 rounds with quite possibly who everybody thinks is the GOAT for MMA.
Sure.
You know, what am I going to do to Jan? You know, and I think with that mindset, he's very confident, and it's hard to beat somebody who's that confident.
And it just kind of seems like it might be a stand-up fight.
Yeah, I mean, it might go everywhere. I think it could. I think Dominic's got, like I said, better abilities, better strengths. So I'm going to go with Dominic.
Yeah,
Dominic. I think he's better top game too. If it goes on the ground, I can see Dominic whooping Jan.
Yeah, Dominic Reyes is my pick too, because there's just no way. After the last performance that he put against John Jones, how can you not?
Yeah.
Pick Dominic Reyes? I think it's.
What does this mean for the division, though? I mean, I really want to talk to you about that, because I'm intrigued on that conversation. I think since John vacated the title, what does that really mean? Like, somebody else just gave up what they were the best at for you. So do you believe yourself to be the second best, or do you believe yourself to be number 1 in that division because somebody else left? You know?
I mean, obviously, in Dominic Reyes' mind, he's the best, because he for sure thought that he beat Jones.
Sure, I can see that.
So to him, he's like, well, I'm the best anyways, because in his head, he won. And you could make the argument that he won. So, but now what happens to the division as far as excitement?
Just lackluster division. Like,
who's there?
Who else?
Who's there?
Bring it up. I would like to see who else is there.
All right,
Johnny Walker with excitement, right? Because he brings a creativity to the octagon. He talks.
He doesn't have a name.
Big guy. Yeah, he doesn't have a name, but let's see who else is in light heavyweight. I mean, Gus, is he gonna Is he gonna go back to light heavyweight?
Glover Teixeira.
Glover's getting older, man.
Johnny Walker got Krylov, would beat Johnny Walker. Anthony Smith,
who's off and on. We don't know what Anthony Smith's ever gonna go back to the octagon.
They're saying these guys don't. To a general public,
they don't bring
these guys don't have the name. These guys cannot headline a card by themselves.
You know who needs to come back is Anthony Rumble Johnson. I know his ass is in heavyweight now because he's eating everything. And he's huge. But if he were to return to the light heavyweight division with his name and what he can do with his hands, unless you're taking him to the ground, unless you're crossing that bridge like DC did, but DC got hurt doing it, then he could be a big name for that division once again.
You got Thiago Santos and
Thiago Santos. That's a good name for the division.
So, but do you think...
Maheta, what's that Maheta mean?
Maheta?
Is that hammer?
Maheta, yeah.
Like a hammer, right? Thor's hammer?
So, yeah, man. But do you think Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes can headline a card? A UFC 258. Do you think that's a big enough name to headline a UFC 258?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, you need somebody
on their
big.
Performances. They're getting Dominic the commercials. They're getting him out there. Give him the performance. Let him see what he can do against Jan. If he knocks him out, if he talks a little bit, you gain some fans.
And what if he loses to Jan, and then he will have a Jan and Santos?
I don't know, man. What does Jan even do on his hobbies?
He's in Poland. I don't fucking know.
Be a gamer. Let him stream a little bit. Get some fans. Maybe.
Snowboarding? I don't know. Like, what the fuck you gonna do?
He hangs out with polar bears on his days off.
Yeah.
That would be cool, actually. Like I said, man, that division needs to be spiced up somehow.
He's one of
I don't know what the answer is for it, but maybe a heavyweight dropping down. Who knows?
Maybe you can get one of these guys from middleweight to move up.
Like who?
I don't know.
Anderson the Spider's still back in light heavyweight.
Darren Till seems like he's big enough to...
He just moved up from welterweight to get to middleweight.
He seems big enough.
We'd have to see what he walks around. I don't know what he walks around at.
Maybe Paulo Costa. If he wants to go up, double champ.
Ooh. He loses to Adesanya, goes up to light heavyweight.
Reyes and Paulo Costa, if Reyes wins.
I'm down for that one. Paulo Costa versus Reyes. Holy crap.
That's good, because Paulo Costa definitely walks around at heavier than this.
300, probably 350.
Yeah. And that's just like 50 pounds of water weight, and the rest is just muscle.
Yeah. That dude is on some shit.
So, yeah.
Some Mexican, what is it?
Like Vitor prime. Just
ooh, Vitor coming back too. That'd be cool.
No.
No, we don't need that chin back.
Leave Vitor alone. He's fine where he's at, man. He's a legend. Just leave him there.
He's a family man.
Just leave him there.
Let him have that mohawk back.
So we both pick Reyes, and then Adesanya and Paulo Costa. We already talked about that fight thoroughly.
You picked Costa or what? Did we pick for that fight?
No, we haven't picked.
Who do you got for that one? This one's a hard one, man. This is like...
I like both guys, man. Yeah. Izzy is just...
It's not who you want to sleep with. Who are you picking to win the fight?
Well, that'd be Paulo Costa for you, right? You want to sleep with him. So I would be fine with either or winning, but we have to make a choice here.
You have to make a choice.
And I'm gonna go with Paulo Costa.
You're going with Costa?
I'm going with Costa because I just don't think we have seen Izzy fight somebody like Costa that's just marching forward and just throwing the volumes. Not only throwing, but being accurate. Catches him in the body, catches him with the uppercut, and we kind of saw Izzy have a little bit of a trouble with Romero, a little bit.
So Romero, So Romero, he does do that, but he does it in like intervals.
Sure.
And it's explosive. Here I'll do it, I'll rest.
Right.
Here I'll do it, I'll rest.
Costa just go.
When he did do it, there was something there that Adesanya did where Romero's like, hold up, I can't just do that with him.
Sure.
Whatever it was, it's the movement, it's the counter striking. There's something that changed Romero's mindset in doing so. Paulo Costa, on the other hand, he doesn't explode like that. He moves forward to catch you, to stop your movement, and to make you afraid of what he's doing. So let's see if that switch is going to turn on him and he's going to be like, shit, I can't just walk toward this dude. Shit, I can't just cut this guy off. I can't just throw because there's something coming back, and it's movement, it's evasiveness, it's the striking.
I think the main difference here is going to be, I think, Israel's mindset is more of a champion mindset than Paulo Costa. But I'm going to go with Paulo Costa. Just because I think that if Izzy gets hit, I think he might crumble a little bit. If he gets like that, oh shit, sort of punch. But again, he fought Whitaker, right? And Whitaker's crazy fighter as well. And then he fought Gastelum.
He took the Whitaker shots. He took the Gastelum shots. I don't even remember him getting hit by Brunson. Man, that's such a good fight.
And then he fought Anderson Silva, but then again, Anderson Silva.
You know what? Anderson, honestly, he matched a lot of his movement. You know, Anderson still has good reflexes, good reaction time. And Anderson even landed with a lot of quick jabs to him. So even Adesanya was surprised at a lot of stuff that he landed on.
He acknowledged him. He gave him the nod. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This one is a tough one to call.
Adesanya and Costa. I mean, look at Adesanya, 19-0. He's a champ. He's young. He's creative.
Yeah, no one's debating any of that.
Sure.
What we are debating is if you had to build somebody that would be the total counter for Adesanya, it would be somebody like Costa.
Adesanya loses, automatic
Costa, it would be Adesanya. They're kryptonite for each other. It's who's going to get off first, who's going to impose their will first, right?
The thing is, Paulo Costa wins, automatic rematch. Adesanya wins, they might give him somebody else.
I wouldn't totally agree on that because I think you could still. Costa's got a lot of time left on him. He's got a lot of fights left, so you can move him back down to fight a contender, and you honestly could bank on him winning to come back up.
Right. Just fight somebody else. Yeah. Adesanya fights, and then boom, they match up again if they both win.
I don't know who to pick on this one,
but I'm going with Costa for one.
If you had to bet the house on it. This lobby, your Palm Bluff.
If we had to to bet our Palm Bluff studios, man. Now it changes a little bit, but I would go with Paulo Costa. You got
See, the last time we ever had an undefeated versus undefeated was Rashad versus Lyoto, and the style matchups weren't as kryptonite for one another as they are now. It just depends on who imposes their will first, who steps forward, who's going to take the center of the octagon.
Who's going to who's gonna be the first one to be like, oh shit?
Because we know Adesanya is gonna wait, right?
Sure.
He might throw something to bait or to make movement or to get a reaction to Costa. You don't really have to throw anything. You know Costa's gonna move forward.
Then
right?
again, Costa's had what? How many fights in UFC? 3.
He had the Uriah Hall, he had the Johnny Hendricks, and he had the Romero fight, right?
So 3 versus...
And they were all digging to the body. He's moving forward, and he's cutting them off. He's pushing them against the fence, and he's imposing his will. That's what he does. He does that. He pushes you against the fence. You're there. Now I'm going to work on your body.
And Adesanya has got a lot more...
No one's being able to move away from
a lot more UFC, caliber fighters, but then again... He fought Romero. Costa fought Romero, and take that the way you want to take it. But
okay, I'm gonna make a prediction here.
All right, to me is Paulo Costa, TKO.
Okay, you got Costa by TKO.
TKO.
I'll take Adesanya by decision. He's had entirely too many kickboxing fights. The thing about Adesanya is when you back him up to the cage, he's going to move. He's going to move. He's going to move. He's not going to stay there. Costa does his best work when you're in front of him, right?
Sure.
He pummels you. So if Adesanya can move away, run away, whatever everybody wants to call it, runs away, he's never going to get cut off. He's going to take shots moving forward, but he's never going to be in one area more than enough time for Costa to work. He's going to be hitting Costa, keeping range. He's going to move. Keep range, move. I can't see Costa taking him down.
So
I don't see him doing anything like that.
So he's just wrecking up points.
5 rounds of Floyd Mayweather type work. Adesanya wins it by decision.
Okay.
If I had to bet the house.
Okay.
Or Palm Bluff Studio, at least.
We'll bet the Palm Bluff Studios.
And that's all, folks.
Yeah, well, we reached the end here, man. If you haven't liked and subscribed, which we keep forgetting to say that throughout the video, we'll put the cards in there so you can like and subscribe, and then the card to check up the next video. But it really helps us out. Share it, tell your friends, man. Because what was that ooh for?
I was going to say something. Go ahead.
Ooh. Just, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel. We might be doing uploading it to an audio version to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Yeah, I'm looking into that. I know Spotify is doing video.
You didn't mention this to me.
No, I mentioned Spotify to you, but
nope.
Yes, I did. We're looking into uploading it to Spotify as well. If you do that, but yeah, just keep an eye out. We might be doing sort of mail list because the mic's still on. A mailing list because YouTube doesn't always tell you that the podcast is out, so you have to hit the little bell so you can get the notifications. But what is your aha moment?
Oh, I was gonna say, hit us up for. We want to start doing guests on the show. I think it'd be pretty good, like a segment, maybe. Second or third round, you could throw a guest in here.
Yeah. And
just enough time to say your name and then get you out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so if you're an MMA fighter or some sort of a BJJ practitioner, or if you're interested, hit us up, man. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be.
If you like to sell tacos at the beach.
Yeah, because we just did we had Sabor Maya.
Tacos from Sabor Maya. They're not paying us anything.
They're not paying us anything. I'm gonna go talk to the lady though, so we can get some shit though.
Yeah, so it was good, man.
Put her on here. I forgot her name though. I met her in the drive-thru. I didn't even have the hot sauce because I used your mango habanero, which is actually really good. Yeah. But the tacos are good. I had too much grease on the barbacoa and whatever. I hate grease.
Tacos are good.
Yeah.
That was the end of it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace, baby.
Later. Now we're gonna find out that it stopped recording halfway through it.
You think so?
Nah.